Wrapping it up with a couple last thoughts and things that we wanted to at least chat about. One is the Xiaomi SU7 review is finally up, and also chats just in general about the state of Chinese electric cars and what would happen if they came here and how good they are through the lens of checking out this one EV. It's a really good car.
It's nice.
The conversation is basically it retails for the equivalent of $42,000 in China. And so if we were to get a car like that for $42,000 here, it would be just completely ridiculously out of this league good. It feels like a $75,000, $85,000 car. And I said that in the video. Lots of cool features, really good drive, self-driving, great build quality, all this great software. And you should check out the video if you haven't seen it already. Any other thoughts on it? I just thought it was one of the most interesting products of the year that we reviewed.
It has multiple reverb engines in the karaoke system, which like most karaoke systems only have one reverb. So to have multiple reverbs in a car, I was like, wow.
For those confused on what the karaoke system is, this car had software that was really good. It also had
karaoke mode
modules that you could buy that would attach to the car, things like an extra speedometer at the top or ambient light bars on the sides to move up and down with your music, or USB Type-C cables at the bottom. And one of them is a pair of high-quality karaoke microphones that will plug in and charge based on the car's battery and will work with the car's built-in karaoke mode in the software. Said software had multiple reverbs and lots of other features. We actually demoed it briefly. It was hilarious. That is a feature that exists in this car. Just one of many.
I'm just so disappointed you didn't mention the mini fridge.
Ours didn't have that option, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, there is a mini fridge.
Yours did have Douyin built into the back screen, which is Chinese TikTok for anyone curious, which provided me with ample time to scroll Chinese thirst traps and League of Legends live streams. It was quite fun.
I drove it for like 20 minutes to go get charged. And as I'm like sitting there while it's charging, I'm just like, oh, this thing's got a lot of stuff. And then I was like looking under the center console and thought, oh, Miles and them left some walkie-talkies here from when they were doing rollers. And then I clicked them and they like popped in perfectly. I was like, this car has walkie-talkies in the bottom of it. 2 of them.
Built in. They were better than our walkie-talkies. We were using them to do our shoots because they had a longer range and were incredibly good and had a long battery life.
I have a super small gripe or something that they should add. Okay, so on the left side of the steering wheel, there was a little raised MagSafe puck for you to put your phone on that needs wireless charging on it.
The YU7, it does have power.
Does?
Yeah.
They thought of everything.
They did think of it. Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, this is like a little mounting point, but it would take it to the next level if it could charge my phone.
Seems
the
obvious.
YU7, it does get power. Yeah.
So when do we get the YU7?
Yeah, I kind of want to get the hands on the YU7. The YU7 is like the Model Y to this Model 3. Although that's not a good analogy. These are super premium. This is like this is like the Purosangwe. One of you guys.
Sure.
Bless
what
you.
is that? These cars are essentially stealing design from the other most popular luxury cars that you see everywhere that are successful. Right. So the SU7 just looks like a Porsche in a lot of ways. It has lines from like Lotus and McLaren headlights and like thin bezeled mirrors like a Polestar. But essentially they just said, let's make a Porsche Taycan but better.
Yeah.
And they made a livable, incredibly cheap version of a Porsche Taycan, and it's amazing. The YU7 is more of an SUV. It's a little taller. And if you look up the Ferrari Purosangwe and put it next to a YU7, you're like, oh, they just made the Ferrari. The Ferrari is $400,000.
Andrew, the Purosangwe is the car that almost burnt my eyebrows off. We were recording exhaust sounds, and I was like, oh, I'll just sit behind the car while Miles redlines it. And it hit it, and a hot exhaust just went,
Oh, Jesus.
Literally blew his hair back. Like,
Yeah.
Or maybe it was, whatever.
Yeah.
One thing I found funny, I couldn't get over that there was a Me logo on the front of it. There's just like something about
picture of Andrew?
a phone, a phone logo being on a car, which now makes me wonder if there was an Apple car, like how long would it take me to get used to seeing an Apple
logo,
like hood ornament or logo on a car?
Yeah.
It was kind of silly. It almost made it look less expensive, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was just
fine.
thinking
Felt more
an
look a little
Apple
cheap.
car,
Gadgety.
I don't know if I would think of that as premium.
Yeah, that was one of the things I said at the beginning. A lot of these older car companies that you do think of as premium have this like history of premium. So you assign that shape with prestige. And Xiaomi doesn't have any of that history.
yeah,
So
they
they kind of
took it
just
from Porsche.
they just borrow prestige shapes. They just borrow the Porsche silhouette. Obviously, their logo is like, we don't associate that with prestige, but they just borrowed that a lot. And the more I think of this car, the more crazy features that are just coming back to my mind from testing them. So I'll just blurt some of them out. One of them was the 50-watt wireless chargers in the center that charge the Xiaomi 17 Pro I was using extremely fast.
Yeah.
Another one is the speakers in the headrests behind me, which no matter what phone and navigation I was using, would separate out the navigation voice from the music that was playing from the same phone. And would play it just in the speaker while the rest of the music played in the rest of the car.
So much better.
I can't underestimate how awesome that was.
Yeah.
Like I would be using Waze and Spotify on the same phone at the same time, and it would separate just the Waze voice and play it on the speaker
headset,
and keep the music the same. That was awesome too.
Yeah.
The ambient lighting in the car at night, it was brighter and more visible, would pulse with the bass of the sound I was listening to in the color of the album art of the song that I was listening to.
Ridiculous.
Did Govee work with them?
It was crazy. I don't know, but it was like, it was built into the software. It just knew. What else? There was this full-on like rad tuner equivalent from Rivian where essentially the Xiaomi, you could change all of the driving dynamics with a custom mode. You could flip it to be fully rear-wheel drive if you want, fully front-wheel drive if you want, change the brake calibration, change the acceleration rate and how much it slowed down in regen. All this stuff was in the software.
That's crazy.
I
noticed that because I was flipping through the drive modes and one was called miles.
Yeah.
But it was lowercase. And I was like, they didn't capitalize this. And I was like, wait, they use kilometers. Oh, this is Miles, our
Miles'
employee
profile.
who made one.
Yeah. There was also, stop me if I'm getting boring, there's another one where you could mirror the screen of your phone in real time for some reason. Because it's a Xiaomi phone and a Xiaomi car.
Yeah.
CarPlay, full screen, the whole thing. 16-inch CarPlay, wireless CarPlay. Why do they even have CarPlay? I guess because people will buy it and not have iPhones. And will have iPhones.
Yeah.
So,
If a...
yeah.
Hold on. I didn't know it had CarPlay.
Yeah.
If a main competitor smartphone company can put the competitor's CarPlay inside, suck it, Tesla and Rivian and everyone not giving me CarPlay and Android Auto, get over yourselves.
Didn't they say Tesla's finally going to add CarPlay?
Are they?
Allegedly.
I'll give them a ton of credit for doing that. They should do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said that, well, everyone assumes that they need that to like pump their sales up again.
Yeah.
But they haven't done it yet. But they might do it.
Because according
That's what they need.
well, remember, according to Apple, like 95% of people wouldn't buy a car without CarPlay in it. So.
Yeah. That was the best CarPlay experience I've had in a car.
Yeah.
Anyway, the list goes on.
Shout
That's
out to Hugo Barra, who ex-Google guy, friend of the show. Had him on a show one time. He was able to source this for us because he was also a big guy at Xiaomi, and that's how he's able to get us the car.
What would it take for you to want this car? Assuming it was sold
want
here.
it?
Like you would
Nothing.
actually like
I already
actually buy
want
it. Like, okay, it's available for sale. Price aside. Like, what would you just buy it? Like, no matter what?
I mean, I already have a daily that I love, but if I didn't, I would get this car.
Even if it was like the price of the daily that you love.
Oh.
Because what we don't know what it would realistically cost if you
don't.
brought it here, you know?
Yeah.
So like,
I mean, if I didn't have a car and I was like trying to pick a car, I would pick the SU7 up until about $75,000-$80,000.
okay.
It's really good.
Do you like it more than the Lucid Air Sapphire?
No, but that car is $250,000, and I would pick that car pretty much anything over 250. But like, the Xiaomi is, I would pick it over any Tesla.
Yeah.
I think I would pick it over any, like the Lucids that I tested with the air suspension that are not the Sapphire. I would probably pick this Xiaomi over those. I just wish I had a little more range because the Lucids have like 405 miles of range, but everything else about the Xiaomi was awesome. So really good.
Very nice.
Can I, there's a lot of chatter on Twitter, which mostly was like, wow, these cars are amazing. I'm sad we don't have them in America. There's a lot of Tesla fanboys absolutely freaking out about this and being pretty mad, which kind of makes it seem like it's doing really good.
Well, it's really funny. I reviewed this car. People on YouTube went, oh, cool car, and commented about the car. People on Threads went, oh, cool feature, and commented about the feature. People on Threads saw it and went, oh, let's talk about how this compares to Tesla.
Twitter.
Or Twitter. That's how Twitter is. So I saw that too. Yeah.
Crazy.
I thought it was
That's
very
crazy.
funny.
It's so
They would
weird
do
that like the website where people get paid to say nice things about Tesla, people say nice things about Tesla. Like who would ever
crazy.
expect that?
It was very obvious when all the mean comments, you'd click on their profile and $TSLA was in it.
Yeah.
Every single
A lot
time.
of them were like, well, this car doesn't have self-driving, so it's not as good.
Self-driving saves lives.
Yeah.
That
And
was
I
an
like,
actual
well,
comment I saw.
I guess
on
you
there.
could just reduce every car to does it have Tesla self-driving or not? And if that's your version of an advanced take on cars, then keep shipping that. But I think there's a lot of interesting things about this
Most
product.
Teslas don't have Teslas.
They ignore that. Ignore that. Yeah, this was a really good, complete product in a lot of ways, and that was worth talking about.